Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. I'm ready with yet another update on TR to PR pathway, but at the same time, work permit for applicants for TR to PR. This is a breaking news of yesterday, so I'll be covering in detail. As many of you are interested in timeline, so I'll be discussing that first, and then I'll be covering detail-wise details, not just the TR to PR pathway, but also how the letter looks like. That I got hold of a letter of work permit extension that was of yesterday. So I'll be explaining in detail. A lot of you have confusion. I've gone through it and I'll try to resolve as soon as possible. Okay, this is first timeline from one of the subscriber here. It's under friend stream. So guys, if you have applied under stream B, there's so many applicants who actually got through, especially in the month of July. That is surprising because there are still candidates who've applied in May and June. They were not getting really good response in last couple of weeks, and I've covered it through my channel. So if you have not subscribed, you can certainly do that. It's your choice. Now, in this case, he has applied under French stream and ECOPR was received on July 5th. So application was linked on July 6th itself, and then PR card was received on August 1st. So it took him almost a month, and that is a usual time period that you will be able to get the PR card in your hand. Okay, moving on to another timeline from again the subscriber here. He has applied under IG Stream with Inland Spouse, and application was linked in February. So it usually takes 6 to 8 months time period. And I know I've been seeing a lot of queries where you've not been able to receive even a single response from IRCC, and it's sometimes frustrating. A lot of people look for different avenues, PNP and Federal Skilled Worker Program. Trust me, guys, this is one of the fastest immigration programs. So just have little patience with your file. Here he got the ADR for principal applicant and spouse PCC. PCC again has to be valid for another 6 months time period. So if you have already submitted your old PCC and you have not traveled outside of Canada, you can certainly mention that while attaching it with your LOE. Don't sign the PCC on the front page. Always make a note and sign it on your LOEs, explaining that, please find attached here with my PCC from India or from your native country from so and so time period. You have not traveled outside of Canada, so just mention those little details so that it will give more transparency to your file. In this case, there were a couple of stages has happened. There was another the ADR for Schedule A because this is again with inland spouse. So application was all updated, and then background check was all through. A lot of you are seeing that background processing is through and the criminality check is not still due. And is there any time period, guys? There is no time set. It may take 1 week for some cases to do the criminality check, and maybe it can go up to a month time period for other cases. So it is totally a decision of your visa officer, whosoever is assigned your file. Yes, the case would definitely make difference if you are an individual applicant or you have applied with your kids or your family. So there are a lot of factors. Also, in case of the NOC, you have applied under stream A and B, that would also make like a defining stage. So that's completely visa officer's call. In this case, he got the PR portal request on July 26th and finally got the PR portal credentials on July 28th. And not even a 24 hours time period, he finally got the ECO PR the very next day. This is July 29th. So application is all update and the final decision has been made under his portal July 30th. And now he has to wait for the PR card. That's it. Okay, moving on to another timeline here for again IG Stream May 6th submission. There was an ADR for IMM 5669 form, and if you see here that AOR was received in the month of April 2022, and it took him almost 3 months in receiving first ADR. So this is also another case that could sync with your file. PR was approved and then ECO PR was received on August 2nd. Although the number of rollouts after this long weekend is not really motivating, I mean, it's actually less. So, yeah, Here is the case for stream IG stream again. So May 7th submission. This is interesting because a lot of you have gone through the same stage where you have applied once and then you made a withdraw and then again reapplied. So in this case, he has applied on May 6th, all right, 2021, and he did not submit the copy of receipt because because of huge traffic and all. So he resubmit his file. Resubmitted his file on May 7th, and then application was linked in February. And finally, he got the ADR. If you see here, that application was linked in February and he got the ADR for family information and personal history in June. So you can see, like, March, April, May, like completely 4 months later, he got the first ADR. And then finally, he got the confirmation. Now, if you see, on June 25th, he got that and he submitted it and he forgot to click the button, like submit button, and then he redid it. It was on June 25th. Like he didn't do that on June 25th, so he redid it on July 13th, almost 2 weeks later. So just make sure that whenever you are submitting any document, hit the submit button. That's very, very important. And finally, he got the ECOPR today. Moving on to another timeline for Stream B, May 7th submission here. AOR was received on April 7th, and then there was an ADR for Schedule A, proof of income, T4 tax assessment ROE. So these were the questions, these were the documents were specifically asked from the candidate by IRCC. So you don't have to make assumptions when it comes to any requirement from visa officer. They would always ask for that particular document, like they would always specify that. And in case if you are in doubt, I would strongly recommend whatever your understanding says, that just submit that and attach an LOE and then explain that, as per the required document list, I'm sending you so and so many documents. So yeah, portal email was received, and finally got the ECOPR today. Okay, another timeline here is Stream B, and this is like May's 29 submission. Application was linked to GCK account, and then there was an ADR in April, so that came along with the link up thing. PCC from all the countries wherever he stayed for more than 6 months time period. So yeah, and then there was another ADR in July. Like April was the first ADR, and then June there was no ADR, and then towards the end of July you can see there was an ADR for son's birth certificate, and it was submitted right away, like on July 19th. And finally he got the PR portal within 10 days time period, and finally he got the like a PR portal confirmation on August 2nd. So this was like PR basic confirmation, and then he submitted that all the documents were all done. So there was a mistake here. Okay, let's dive into our news, and then I'll quickly cover this letter, once we are done with this. Okay, so this is the news you might have received. You must have seen that. It was of yesterday. Breaking, I'll try to share the link here. PJ, like postgraduate work permit holders can apply for a new open work permit. So I'll just quickly cover for the PG program first. So the instructions, these are the main points I'll be covering. So the instructions are relevant to you. Like if you have applied PG WP program that is going to expire in between September 20th, 2021 and December 31st, 2022, then you will certainly be eligible for this. Like international student graduates of eligible full-time programs can get an open work permit for up to 3 years. However, this new measure will allow eligible holders to extend their work permit for additional 18 months. So this is for the PGWP, and you can go through those instructions. So I'll be covering for those who have applied under TR to PR pathway. Now this is the one. So work permit for applicants to TR to PR pathway. This is how it is. This measure ensures TR to PR applicants won't lose their ability to work while they wait on their decision for the permanent residency. Now, recognizing that the processing of TR to PR pathway will continue for some time. The only thing is that, like, whosoever has applied for open work permit, now they will be able to receive with an end date of December 31st, 2024. I have covered the whole information on how you can apply for open work permit, and I'm going to share the link in the description box below, like through my video. That was for the open work permit, like for the principal applicant, and you can do it for your spouse also. Now, this one is applicable for the principal applicant. So in case if you have applied for open work permit and that's going to expire by end of December, like of this year, uh, now let's quickly cover this. The Immigration Department noted that the 2,500 TR to PR applicants already received an open work permit through this measure. So these work permits have an end date of December 31st, 2022, and the holders will seen or will receive an email saying that they may be able to get their work permit updated with a longer validity date, which seems to be December 2024 if you have the validity till December 31st, 2022. So if these workers have an updated mailing address, make sure you have an updated mailing address that they are still in Canada. They do not have to do anything. Okay. So you need to have make sure that your mailing address should remain same. An updated work permit with a validity date, that's what I said, of December 31st, 2024 may be mailed to them. They should receive it by mid October. So this is IRCC says. Now they have not clarified in case if it's applicable for the spouse also. This is for the principal applicants. So applicants with passports that expire before December 31st, 2024 will not receive this email message. So in case if your passport will expire before December 31st, you might not be able to receive that email. So you will not be eligible to change the length of your current work permit to the special measure. So this is only applicable for those whose passports are active till December 31st, 2024, and your work permit is getting expired by December 31st, 2022. Let's quickly cover the letter what we have here. This is from one of the candidate, and I'm going to read it because seems to be a little tough for you to read. Okay, this letter was issued on August 2nd, 2022. You're the holder of a postgraduate work permit, so this is applicable even for you. That expires in between October 2nd, 2022 and December 31st, 2022. Okay. IRCC recognizes that the COVID 19 pandemic and the pause on rounds of invitations under express entry may have affected your authorization to work in Canada and your ability to receive an ITA, which is invitation to apply in express entry in a timely manner. As a result, we will extend the period of work on your existing work permit for an additional 18 months. This is for PGWP. In most cases, we will mail you a new work permit at your mailing address above. Please do not contact us unless any of the following conditions apply to you. First, you now reside outside of Canada. Second, the address on this letter is incorrect, or you do not accept the offer of a longer work permit. So, if any of these three conditions above apply to you, you must let us know before August 19, 2022. And then they have mentioned please write opt out, full name, date of birth, and all that in subject line of your email. Please note that you must be physically present in Canada to be eligible for this work permit. If you are not physically present in Canada and do not let us know, it may be considered misrepresentation, which is like usual, and you may be deemed inadmissible to Canada for a period of 5 years. If you meet any of the conditions above, but you still want a work permit, you must submit a full application by following these instructions. Yeah, please do not reply to this and all the basic thing. So this is the letter I was talking about. So I hope this has made little sense to you guys. And if case you have still doubt, I would recommend please read in between the lines. You need to have a valid passport. Your work permit should be expiring like by end of December 31st, 2022, and then you will receive an email somewhat the same what I've just explained it to you, and they will be updating it most probably by December 31st, 2024. Now this is for the principal applicant. They have not indicated anything about the spouse yet, but my recommendation would be to get in touch with the IRCC customer support. If you have plethora of queries, they probably would be able to help you out, and rest if you are in waiting list. I would recommend, this is one of the fastest immigration programs, so just have little patience in them. With your file, you will get through all. Okay. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe in case if you like the video. Till then, take care and stay safe, guys, and keep enjoying this beautiful summer.